The Fantasy Footballer Studio is sponsored by Walmart. Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in.
It's football time.
Oh, you had me fooled, Mike.
Yeah.
You look.
Oh, man, I forgot. Here's football time. Dang it.
That's
forgot
okay.
the joke.
That's okay. You looked so distracted. I thought you
That was
didn't.
it was a trap.
Yeah, you got me. It is football time. Old Man River versus Old Man River. Well,
Yeah.
Joe Flacco, the era continues. Aaron Rodgers, Thursday Night Football. You excited for the game?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
You never know.
a little bit.
You never know.
I think it could be a pleasant surprise.
We had an update of my hearing that there was optimism for trade for
yes,
Hendrickson.
I did see that update. That's a great update.
Pessimism now,
Yes.
as he seems to be on the wrong side of playing.
Yeah, it's a long shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we here at the Fantasy Footballers love when great defensive players
Take a
take
break.
time to get healthy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we care about these great defensive players' bodies, and we don't want you to have to play a rugged game of football. Please sit down and
Relax.
Put your feet up. You're still getting paid, Trey. Take that
A
money.
lot of money.
Yeah, but don't disrupt the offenses, please.
Fantasy Football Priorities 101. Check out jointhefoot.com for the ultimate dashboard, all of our premium in-season tools, a bonus weekly episode, the Discord server with 50,000 plus, and a lot of other resources for you every week, expanded start-sit tool, and a lot more. That's jointhefoot.com. Become an official Foot Clan member. We'll jump right in. It's a busy show. We've got matchups, we got starts of the week, and we got news.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Well, Brock Bowers not practicing. He seems all but
7 days.
out for this week. And then Jacoby Myers, knee and toe. His head and shoulders are fine.
It's okay, maybe.
He didn't practice.
There's a lot of rumors going around right now of, trade rumors for Jacoby Myers. So when you didn't know a guy was injured, and then there's a lot of smoke.
Let's throw a bunch of things in there. We got the knees, we got the toes.
Yeah, so
You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to be like, oh man, he's so hurt, and then the trade partner's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this
He's that
is
hurt? And you're like,
what,
oh no.
What about his head and shoulders?
Yeah.
Huh?
the team is saying they don't want to trade him. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. DJ Moore
They should.
groin
He's doing
injury.
nothing for them.
did not participate in the walkthrough.
The Jacoby stuff is so weird. Like
How he's not producing?
Yeah. How did
I think it's more Geno.
Yeah.
Well, and he didn't want to be there to start the season. So there's got
Well, he wanted money
Yeah, I mean, he asked for a trade. So, yeah, I know what
because
you mean.
he's
I know
in the
what you mean.
last year of his contract, right?
He knows his future's not there. He asked to be traded. They said no, he's playing, but they're not going to build a new offense around him. I mean, that's not going to happen when you're not part of their future.
Yeah, he's in the last year of his deal, so he's just trying to get some more guaranteed money.
Darnell Mooney limited on Wednesday. 49ers, most of them don't practice anymore. Ricky Pearsall,
Most of them don't play anymore.
Juwan Jennings, George Kittle limited, Jennings limited, Purdy limited.
So the Kittle and Purdy limited, those are good news. Those aren't players that have been playing that now are missing practice. Those are players back at practice.
I was looking into this yesterday. Marvin Harrison Jr., who left early with a concussion on Sunday, he was technically limited. He would need to practice on Friday. I think if he practiced on Friday in full, we could feel good about him playing this week. Kyler Murray limited. We'll see if he misses another week or not. Josh Downs, this is a bit of a
Yeah.
Is it an actual concussion?
Yeah, it was a concussion, and it was
protocol.
after the game. I think it was something in practice. So this
that
makes it
means he's probably going to miss.
very likely he misses the game.
And he was sort of a waiver pickup.
He was.
Puka Nacua officially did not practice on Wednesday with the ankle injury. He was also considered a long shot for the week. Chuba Hubbard, limited. Dave Canales said on Rico Dowdle, he's earned the right to help this team, and we'll find a way for him to do that. 50-50 seems the likely.
That's better than we'll see.
I'm really curious. Do you think Chuba plays this week? You think he's back right now? Because we've been talking about, like, what do we do when Chuba comes back with Rico Dowdle? But there's a chance it's just Dowdle again, and then obviously you play him.
Yeah, and if Chuba comes back, do you feel like they give him a full allotment? If he's recovering, is it 75-25 for a couple weeks? There's questions there.
I think I'm playing Rico. No, like if you were going to play Rico, I'm playing him as usual. Like you might have a lower ceiling if Chuba is active, but I can't imagine with the calf injury that he has been recovering from that he goes right back into a ton of carries.
Terry McLaurin, limited at practice, could be back. Good news for Jaden Daniels if he gets back out on the field. They need him, especially if Debo is really dealing with the heel injury, which the first week he was dealing with it, he still produced, had that late fourth down touchdown that nobody expected. But last week, not productive for the first time in a while. He could be hurting. And then it's all of a sudden it's like if both of them didn't go, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Zach Ertz. CeeDee Lamb limited on Wednesday's practice.
Oh.
Mike, very excited for Kittle to return. You're very excited for CeeDee Lamb to return?
False.
Okay.
I'm very excited for both.
Okay.
Because my Dino squad has CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
And false. I am very excited for both because George Kittle is my guy that I really want to succeed.
Everyone's excited.
Yeah,
Everyone's
this is just
happy.
good news to have these two guys back.
Trade offer. Here's a question for you. Would you rather have CeeDee Lamb or Gibbs and Flowers?
Oh, Gibbs and Flowers.
I got to ask this one this morning, so
or
I'm just
CeeDee
curious.
Lamb.
I'm curious because it's like CeeDee Lamb seems like he's got the maximum super value right now on the return as well.
I'm probably gonna keep the Gibbs side.
Jason's eyes got really big.
Yeah, it's an interesting trade. I'm usually, when you are near the same tier or in the same tier at running back and wide receiver, I'd rather have the stud running back over the stud wide receiver.
And then you get Flowers.
And then you add Flowers. So I think I'm on the Gibbs side. The question is just CeeDee Lamb might be in the tippy top tier.
He
and
could.
Gibbs right now seems like he's kind of missing out on that,
Bijan,
CMC, Bijan,
Jonathan Taylor
tier.
I think Flowers is a buy low right now.
I was going to say it. That was the next words out of my mouth. Zay Flowers should be a buy low with the return of Lamar Jackson. Right now, he's just kind of faded into the mist, and then you have the history of not being as great of a player in fantasy-wise, and it's a time to get him.
Yep.
Mike Evans expected to practice Thursday.
Okay, which is good because
He was
that's
injured in week 3.
That's like a Wednesday.
Yep.
They are the Monday night game, so this is a on schedule.
Yeah, they're expecting him to play. What's going to happen this week is he's going to practice and play, or he's going to have a setback. Like that, I don't think there's a world where he's practicing this week and then doesn't play off the hamstring.
His hamstring always terrifies me for the setback, but hopefully they've taken the right amount of time. They may be feeling a little pressed.
Yeah,
with no Ibuka and no Godwin, so that scares me, but
don't press too hard.
No, Mike, you take it easy. You get back right. You make sure Baker wins the MVP. How's your hamstring, Mike? Are all Mike's hamstrings somewhat correlated?
Both of we have a hive hamstring.
Yeah. So how yours are good?
Mine are actually getting worse.
When's the last time you've used
better? A couple of days ago. I stood up.
You stood up. That was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. This talk starts.
Starts of the week, presented by U.S. Bank.
Well, it's week 7, and we're getting into the matchups today.
7.
We're getting into the matchups. We got some weather news to talk about as well that we'll need to.
Yeah, what's that about?
To highlight. It's just it's the way the world works, Mike.
Get a roof. Get a retractable roof, you dummies.
It sounds very much like get a room.
Yeah,
get a roof.
Get a roof. All right, my starts of the week, we'll get into all of them. Mine are all bounce back candidates. All of mine, a little bit of a encouragement, right? We're so reactionary week to week. Jason's been pretty good at picking out these players that They have a down week, and then they get it going. Ladd McConkey, 2 straight great weeks. An example of that. Mine are bounce-back candidates, and I'm starting with his quarterback. I'm going Justin Herbert this week, bouncing back. He's not been very good. He's not been a top 10 quarterback since week 3. This is a dome showdown. Jason, you'll be happy. It's the dome. They got a roof.
Fantastic.
Indianapolis, Daniel Jones, 48.5-point over-under. Chargers favored, and they remain a pass-heavy team, and they're going to continue to be without Hampton. It's not that Vidal didn't do a good job. It's just that they need to lean on their best player, and it's Justin Herbert. They're third in pass rate over expectation, and teams are chucking it against Indianapolis. They are 26th in terms of fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks. It's a good matchup for them.
All right, my quarterback start of the week is Jared Goff. You can start him in certain matchups when you want gargantuan outputs, and this is one of those weeks. They are playing on Monday Night Football.
I sure hope so, because we've been calling for the Goff weeks, and it's really just one.
You might have been calling. This is a Goff week. This is a blow-up week. Monday Night Football against Baker, 52.5-point over-under. There's a difficult team to run on with Vita Vea there. You pretty much have to throw on the Buccaneers, and they're 26th in yards per attempt, 24th in scheduled adjusted fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks. This is at home in a dome, huge. Everything is lining up to be perfect, and usually what I love about Goff, and maybe it's been a couple of weeks where it's not that way, but over the course of his career, Goff is predictable. Goff is like, you can be like, oh yeah, this is a Goff game,
sure,
and it works out well. We've seen this with pretty much every game Tampa Bay has been in. Baker's going to do enough to get stuff done. Hopefully Mike Evans is there. And if he can score on the Lions enough, the Lions are going to have to throw the ball. So if I had Jared Goff, I can't imagine benching him this week.
All right, I'm going right back to it, man. C.J. Stroud off of the bye week. I think he can be streamed yet
And your name
again.
is what's your name?
My name is Jason Moore.
Whoa!
No, I do. I like Stroud. It makes sense.
You got it last time. You called it.
It's a lot easier when you're calling it against a Baltimore Ravens that is playing JUCO guys in their secondary. But last time we saw him, 244-4. He is completing 71% of his passes. He's also running a bit more, 3.6 rush attempts per game. You know, just a little tiny floor. Just maybe there's a mistake. Okay, we're covered up by 15 to 20 rushing yards. And it's the matchup. Seattle is a good defense, but the way that teams have been scoring on them or getting fantasy points, it's through the air. Over the last month, 26th in passing yards allowed per game and 25th in completion percentage allowed. And you're talking Arizona, Tampa Bay, and Jacksonville all scoring above their expectations. So I think that Stroud is in play.
All right. Last week, the big storyline, Quinshon Judkins was one of the big Punday commonalities. Bounce back week. It's Miami. Quinshon Judkins. He was coming off 3 straight top 12 weeks. They fell flat. Oh, that's the wind.
Yeah, you're not throwing there.
That's not a very strong wind sound.
It's filtering it. This pop filter's doing it. Thank you,
That's
Mike.
much better, Mike.
It's not that hard.
So this is the game that is red alert on the weather front. Miami, Cleveland. This morning they said gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour.
Which
I don't believe
with
that.
sustained winds.
We're early, but you got to pay attention.
Dylan Gabriel might blow away in those in those gusts, but it's sustained 30-plus mile-an-hour winds with rain.
Some sweet boomerang passes.
I think Quinshon Judkins alone in this matchup, weather notwithstanding, would be a great bounce back because the Dolphins' rush defense might be the worst in the NFL.
You don't care whether the weather is bad?
I don't care whether the weather.
All right.
Yeah, don't put a roof on it. I don't care. Quinshon Judkins is going to take care of business, and I think they're giving up 130-plus yards a game to running backs, and Judkins is so good. Like, don't freak out. Like last week, I know it hurt and it stunk, and that's going to be part of being a part of a bad offense sometimes, but let's go bounce back number 2, Quinshon Judkins.
I like it. My start of the week this week is Jaylen Warren tonight in the Thursday Night Football matchup. He came back off of an injury, was involved quite a bit. He had 53% of the snaps, averaged 4.8 yards a touch, looked great against a really tough Browns defense last week, and now he plays against the Bengals rush defense that they're in contention for the worst rush defense in the NFL. 29th in rushing yards allowed per game, 30th in yards before contact allowed, and they're dead last in schedule-adjusted fantasy points allowed to running backs. So whether it's on the ground or through the air, Jaylen Warren is in a great spot tonight.
How can he possibly hit a ceiling knowing that Caleb Johnson is going to siphon all that work?
Caleb Johnson is going to have one drive-killing touchdown run, but the rest will be Jaylen Warren. And that's part of why I wanted to make Jaylen Warren my start of the week, is so that people know.
To repent for your
Not to repent, so that they know, like, Jaylen Warren's the dude there. Obviously, he has been playing great ball. He's the one that Aaron Rodgers trusts. He's the one that Mike Tomlin trusts right now.
It's never too late to repent, though.
It's never too late to repent. I love that advice.
You can always.
I'm not going to repent of my Caleb Johnson love. Not yet.
Okay, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Jordan, see you on tomorrow's show.
Jordan Mason versus Philadelphia.
If Caleb Johnson fumbles, it's the funniest thing that has ever happened.
The best news is here, we're set up for success. If Caleb Johnson does nothing, great, dunk on me. If Caleb Johnson gets that touchdown, fantastic.
Oh, you're going to dunk all over.
You're darn right.
Yeah.
From half court. I'm going with Jordan Mason against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a bye week. You always love that. Guy's getting a little bit healthier. Right now, Jordan Mason's at 31% of the team's total rush attempts and targets. His workhorse percentage, anything over 30% is elite. And I know Carter being out last week certainly helped Cam Scadaboo, but it's just the Eagles right now are looking like a run funnel defense. 26th in rushing yards allowed, 31st in percent of runs stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Like, guys are getting going. If Jordan Mason is not getting – he's one of these guys. If you're not stuffing him at the line, he's going to start ripping off chunk yardage. He's going to be hitting big plays. So I like Jordan Mason a lot.
Bounce back number 3. He was Cortland nothing last week, traveling all the way overseas for 1 reception and 17 yards on just 3 targets. But I'm taking Cortland Sutton to bounce back against the New York Football Giants, who we're now excited to watch play football with Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo. But I'm taking Cortland Sutton. He had been a top 20 wide receiver in 4 of the first 5 weeks. He is the go-to receiver for Bo Nix. If Bo Nix is going to get it going, it's going to happen with Cortland Sutton, and the Giants are 26th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points to wide receivers. Trust in Cortland Sutton this week.
What's going on,
Jason?
Jay?
Are we pausing the starts of the week for a second?
Yeah, we're pausing.
What happened?
Why is that?
We're pausing.
Why is that? Why is that?
What did a trade happen?
Yeah, trtrade happened. With Mike and Al.
Oh
This
no!
is a big
I don't have.
I got a breaking news.
No.
We'll go.
What?
Breaking news.
What?
Woo, baby!
All right, this sucks.
Yes, sir.
Oh no!
Yes, sir.
Mike's team is very, very good. Mike and Josh are the 2 leaders
Jeremy,
in the league of record.
you're a gentleman.
And Jeremy,
oh my gosh.
Pleasure doing business.
Also,
with you.
part of the
Jeremy, I'm gonna
trade agreement.
slap you across the face.
Brian Ketron, you're an awesome dude.
Oh, that was part. Oh, that's funny. That's part of the trade
I think
agreement.
that's how we
so
got
here,
it to go
here's
through.
the trade. Mike is sending away an injured Garrett Wilson and an R.J. Harvey, 2 young good players, and his second-round pick.
He finally strikes.
Which is the biggest ammunition we have in our league. And he's receiving Justin Jefferson in a later pick back. So,
Garrett Wilson, great keeper. Obviously, he's going to miss a couple of weeks. And Harvey, I think, is in our format, a very good keeper. So
yeah, I understand it from both sides. I don't like it from my side.
There is an arms race at the top of our league right now.
Yeah.
this side of here.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Did you pull that reference, Jeremy? Oh, I thought you.
Okay.
I was like, it was really short.
What
was a
what were you talking
boy.
about?
I was about
Cortland
to talk
Sutton.
about my wide receiver start of the week, which is not Justin Jefferson. It is Rushy Rice right off of
I'm
suspension.
Can we
changing
talk
mine.
about Rushy Rice's ridiculous
hype video?
His video?
ridiculous hype video for multiple reasons?
Okay, let's talk.
One, what you're returning from.
Yes.
Was it an injury? Are you battling back from a tough rehab?
Yeah, I like him. He's in
Or a
I'm
felony?
I'm in
Which
the
one?
pool.
A double.
Which one is
I
it?
think it was 2 felonies.
And then the second part is to use a customized logo in the Rashi Rice return
Oh, well, I
in
mean,
the video itself.
Oh, is that the return?
Yeah, it's the return
You
because
gotta
he's
roll.
Rushy
All right,
Rice.
go on. You can now.
Anyways, look, according to that video,
Can't wait to
he
see
has
Deshaun
been.
Watson's hype return video.
Oh man.
Oh,
Justin
At least-
Tucker. Where's Justin Tucker's video?
Okay, all right. Rushy Rice, he's been working out like crazy, according to that video.
O.J. Simpson coming back?
ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that the Chiefs are going to allocate a heavy workload to Rice as soon as possible. Because he is coming off of a suspension and not an injury, there's no, ramp up, no getting healthy, no worry about, those type of things. And the matchup here is perfect. The Raiders are running an absurd amount of zone. They're running cover 3 or cover 4 at 62% of the time. That's the second highest in the NFL. Last year in those games we saw Rice dominate, he was targeted on 43% of his routes versus those coverage. So we've had a lot of questions already this week of like, do I wait and see with Rushy Rice? And I'm making him my start of the week because it's like, no, you don't wait and see. You've waited to see, but you want to see him in your lineup. I'm putting him in my lineup.
immediately.
Any wide receiver can dud. You have waited long enough. Most likely you are not a 6-0 team. You are 2-4 and been waiting. And so now's the time. Plug them in your lineup, get what you're going to get, and I think you're going to be thrilled with it.
And I mean, probably a puff piece, but yesterday it was like Chiefs immediately going to heavy workload for Rashee Rice. So I'm very excited for it. I kind of snuck it in, I think, on Monday. It's like, oh, you know what? DK Metcalf, I'm really liking the position that he's in. He's taking on Cincinnati. It's tonight. Touchdown in 4 straight games. No one on that team can handle his physicality since he's 30th in schedule-adjusted points to the wide receiver position. I mean, honestly, the Bengals are that team where you could put anyone in, but when you have top-tier players like DK Metcalf and maybe you don't think of Jaylen Warren as a top-tier guy, but he might be turning into one, and just all Steelers tonight. I'm pretty excited.
When it comes to the Trey Hendrickson injury, that
It
favors
matters.
DK Metcalf way more than Jaylen Warren because they'll replace him with someone that might be better at stuff in the run. But if you give Aaron Rodgers time to throw, he's going to find Metcalf.
My final bounce back start of the week, it's a bounce back for Mason Taylor.
A bounce back. That's good.
It's Carolina. It's Mason Taylor. It's no Garrett Wilson. It's probably no Josh Reynolds. It's an 18% target share in the season. It's a throw the last one out because they didn't throw at all. It's a meow mix start of the week. Mason Taylor bouncing back against Carolina, and oh yeah, the Panthers are the worst in the league.
Why don't we
that position.
let's put that on social media. Andy Holloway, start of the week, Mason Taylor.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
This is like my Rushy Rice coming straight off of suspension. I'm throwing George Kittle in the lineup.
Where's this hype video?
Straight off the injury. He didn't
George
have
Kittle
a double
didn't-
felony.
Okay.
So you only really hype up those coming off of,
Make sure that he's going to play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to play.
Is this a whether he plays or not, you're still starting him? Is that one of those?
You know what? I'm going to be so bold as to say yes.
Okay.
Whether
okay.
he plays or not, I'm starting him. George Kittle.
Sunday night with a Tonjes Mick backup.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tonjes Mick backup on the Sunday night game. You'll be fine. I expect
happening?
George Kittle to play. And I don't care if the matchup is good, if the matchup is bad. Right now, like Atlanta looks great against tight ends. They haven't faced anyone elite. It doesn't matter. George Kittle is going to finish this season as the tight end 1 in points per game. They need him so bad. And in his splits with Brock Purdy, who looks like he might be trending to play, he's averaging 12.6 fantasy points per game and 66 receiving yards a game over 3 years. It's not a small sample size. So Kittle, right to my lineup.
Brooksy makes a great point here. A.J. Barner plays on Monday night. Should Jake Tonjes McBasketball not be there, A.J. Barner is a fine pick up and play. Should you be waiting
As
on
a
George
pivot?
Kittle? Yeah. My start of the week, I had this in before. I got alerted to a weather situation.
This might be the one most okay.
Yeah,
actually,
it could
with the
still
weather.
work. Harold Fannin Jr. against the Miami Dolphins. Look, David Njoku seems like he might miss.
And might be traded.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have not seen
Yeah.
those.
David Njoku.
Whoa, me
There's
neither.
trade rumors for David Njoku right now.
Even more of a reason to go pick up
Yes,
Fannin. 'Cause
absolutely.
If he doesn't have to split any of that tight end pie, then he should be seeing a bunch of targets. But I like him this week. Miami's tied for allowing the fourth most receptions to the tight end position.
With Njoku, he's on pace for over 105 targets on the year. Harold Fannin, and the average depth of target for him with Dylan Gabriel, I mean, he passed it 52 times. And I think there were 3 that went 10 or more yards. He's built for wind games.
Right. They use him short. These aren't deep routes, so even if it's if you get to Sunday and it's windy, but it's not these catastrophic hellscape of winds, then you're going to be fine.
It is really worth noting. Like, you have to tune in to Sunday Live with Mike an hour before kickoff, because when we're talking on a Thursday about the weather, it can look catastrophic and it can really be okay, and it can be the opposite. There could be a different game where it's like, oh, Chicago looks okay, and then it turns out
Chicago is on the.
They're on the radar
right now
of caution.
Man, nothing I like talking about more than weather.
Yeah. It's what makes fantasy fun. It's what makes the NFL fun. It's what makes it a real man's game.
If you put a roof on everyone, we cannot have some games forecasted with a tornado like we do this week. Do you realize that?
I do.
I did not.
That's the
game in
tornado
Oklahoma?
Game.
Oh, okay.
I would actually say a tornado, even with a roof, is a pretty big problem.
That's fair. Yeah, the roof is not really going to stop the
roof
tornado.
might be a bigger problem, to be honest.
Oh, great idea. Sub-terrain stadiums.
Oh, you guys would
Dig
love that.
deep.
Why don't you even put the lights on?
Well, no, I'm
how are you going to see?
definitely going to need the lights, Andy.
We can put electricity down there. That's not
so
out of the realm
stupid.
of
Why would you say something so stupid?
I don't like bad weather. I like some weather. I like the open skies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are team retractable roof. It's just easier to say team don't.
Yeah, but
retractable roof is where it's at.
Yeah.
If you're going to push, I'm going underground.
Yeah, I will too. I will be there with you. But lights on, Mike.
It would be the world's most expensive
stadium
ever built.
Yeah, because that's called a hard dig.
Yeah. Oh, you hit that caliche?
All right.
They're going to tell you it's not there, and then you're going to...
We know rocks.
That's an Arizona joke.
That was Starts of the Week presented by U.S. Bank Smartly Signature Visa Card. Visit usbank.com/smartlycard to learn how you can earn cash back on every purchase. The creditor and issuer of this card is U.S. Bank National Association. Pursuant to a license from Visa USA, Inc., some restrictions may apply. We'll take a break, and it's into the forecast we go.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. This season, make sure to subscribe to NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, where you will get every game, every Sunday, all in one place. NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV gives you everything you need to win Sunday. Watch up to 4 games at once with multi-view, or follow your fantasy team and watch the game on one screen. You can even catch up to live with key plays. Now, get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel at any time. Go to youtube.com/fantasyfootballers to sign up today. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games. Base plan required. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season only. Your membership for the following month can be canceled anytime before your renewal date. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Commercial use excluded. No refunds.
Well, let's take a quick second to thank our sponsor, Jimmy John's, also the new sponsor of our Sunday Live segment. Jimmy John's is here to keep you fueled through Sunday football, and they just rolled out their toasted sandwiches last year, but they didn't stop there. They now have a limited time offer. We tried them all here in the office. Jimmy John's is bringing you pizza sandwiches. You had me at pizza sandwiches. Available in 2 flavors. Enjoy a melty combination of Parmesan, provolone, mozzarella cheese, spread with marinara and oregano basil on perfectly toasted French bread with their 3-cheese pizza sandwich. And if you need something with more protein, you can do what I did, which is accidentally steal one of the other employees' sandwiches, and I ended up with the Sicilian pizza sandwich layered with salami, capicola, and ham. And, of course, spread with deliciously melted mozzarella cheese on top of it as well. Oh, that's good. Jimmy John's new pizza sandwiches available in 2 flavors, 3-cheese pizza sandwich and Sicilian pizza sandwich at participating locations for a limited time while supplies last. All right, it's week 7. Let's talk about it.
Fantasy Forecast, presented by Prize Picks.
Texans and Vikings coming back off the bye. Bills and Ravens going to the bye. Lamar Jackson getting healthy. Hopefully the Bills defense as well. I do want to pan over to Deucer's Alley for a moment. I know Al's probably hard at work over there, but I need a first reaction. You've had Justin Jefferson for a while. He was part of your championship team last year. He's Justin Jefferson.
Yes, sir.
First few moments knowing he's not a member of your team. How does that feel? Do you feel settled? Are you comfortable with this trade?
No. I think it was fine, but
you sound like you don't really like that you traded Justin Jefferson to a potential champion.
I could see it going both ways, so I'm just going to hang out here on the fence.
Well, you see, you were half of it.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, he's not. Was he going to be your franchise player?
He was.
And now,
Garrett Wilson will be.
Okay.
Oh man, for it too.
Kyron, Harvey, and McBride will be my keepers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So he's got another guy for his lotto now, though.
Okay.
That is correct. That was part of it. I only had a franchise and 2 keepers prior to this trade, and so now it filled out my keeper situation.
Man, I can't believe you got that.
Mike is dangerous. Mike is dangerous.
You gotta.
He acted like he was
swing.
yesterday. He was just like, oh, everybody's trading their 2s away, their 3s away, and I'm feeling really good even if things go bad. I don't have,
when I get to the trade
deadline,
deadline,
all my picks. I got the trade deadline, and then he struck. Like a
tornado
tornado at a football game.
Justin Jefferson, for a 2, you strike because you can't usually get that done.
Let's go to London. Again, the Rams 4-2, Jacksonville 4-2. Jacksonville just basically lives in London every year. Vegas line, Los Angeles -3, over-unders 44.5. Jacksonville lost last week. The Rams lost Puka Nacua last week. The start sit in this game does feel fairly straightforward. I guess the debates are around some of the peripheral flex options. Brian Thomas had the big bounce back last week, almost had 2 touchdowns, still went 8 for 90 and 1. Devontae Adams and Brian Thomas locks, right? Kyron Williams, he's a lock.
Yeah. And you have Blake Corum did not practice on Wednesday with an ankle injury. It's 6 opportunities per game, but if Kyron gets 4 more.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Kyron last year get 90% snaps.
He can do it.
Yeah, he can do it, and he'll be great doing that. This has not been an easy team to run on both sides of the ball here. You got Travis Etienne and Blake Corum, who are looking like true workhorses for their teams. They have workhorses.
Warhorse.
Corum gets more touchdowns. Etienne gets more
They're
passes.
looking like war horses?
No, that's a Conan O'Brien joke.
All right.
Clip, clop, cloppity, cloo.
But neither one of these guys has an easy matchup here. So Kyron is like locked in, but I'm not very bullish on Etienne in this matchup.
I'm going to make a statement that I don't feel is very safe, but I do believe in. I think you want to trade for Travis Hunter.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't see that coming.
I think that you're going to see it get a lot better, a lot faster than you might imagine. He played 78% of snaps after a week of 67% of snaps, then 56 before that. Like, the work is going up.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Cohen came out this week, and he said,
Duval.
but he also said that he wanted to draw more first read plays for Travis Hunter. You got to understand, this is an acclimation process. This is a guy that they, I think, have tried to split the fence on. But when you don't get the practice time you need sufficiently on one side of the football, I do expect it to come along slower. You saw the big play 2 weeks ago. Last week wasn't good, but the snap counts went up. The targets went up, and it's what I believe. I just believe that Travis Hunter might become a bona fide flex play every week.
I would the question for that then, Andy, is this week he plays the Rams. They are currently 8th against fantasy wide receivers. So the matchup is already really tough. Next week is the bye week for Jacksonville. I can definitely see after the bye week Travis Hunter really seeing an uptick.
And maybe that's your moment to make the – I just worry about the big game
he's
coming.
He's probably
and then,
dirt cheap
honestly,
right now, but after this week, if he has another dud and then has the bye week, he'll be on the waiver wire.
I was just going to say, if he has a bad week this week, he will be dropped by everybody because they don't want to hold a guy who is currently on pace for 500 yards, has not had a single decent game, and then is going into a bye. You're going to drop him, but that might be the right time to scoop him up.
So the replacement guy is over here.
He made one big catch that won a matchup for Jason over me.
Thank you, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy, for trading me, Travis Hunter.
The replacement guys of Jordan Whittington, who played 92% of the snaps. Tutu Atwell was limited with the hamstring, but we know that Tutu has just made so much money in the NFL, and he keeps sticking around on the Rams. And honestly, when they find themselves depleted,
he's one-touch man.
Tutu, one touch. Tutu he can show up. So
you have Tutu and Tootin in the same game? Is that right?
That's a lot
Toot
of
v.
toots.
Toot?
Tootin.
Right. That just seems like the kind of thing we'd focus on.
But so the Jags are. You have to beat them through the air. Do you have any interest in the replacement of Whittington or Tutu?
Yeah,
do you feel strong about one or the other?
Whittington is the one that I would definitely play over Tutu. Tutu, you're waiting for a bigger play. I think Whittington, you're going to see almost 100% of the snaps. So it's
yes, you should.
That is to me very interesting.
Yeah, Whittington should be okay. I do have like the little worries in the back of the mind of just being this London international game that so often produces a dud overall. But Whittington would be the guy ahead of Atwell for me.
New Orleans 1-5, taking on the above 500 at this point in the season for the first time in a while or so it seems, but we'll see if it keeps going. Chicago Bears, who are 3-2. The Vegas line, Chicago -4.5. The over/under is 46.5. The Dennis Allen revenge game we've been waiting for. You get the defensive coordinator of the Bears, who was the former head coach of the Saints, who Jason loved him.
I just thought he was a really solid head coach who built up his team and wasn't just,
like demoralizing them.
Demoralizing.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he ever hit one of them.
Kendre Miller.
Oh, Kendre Miller.
Kendre Miller will be playing with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
this is true revenge for Kendre.
It is worth noting. I know we talked a lot about the game in Cleveland with the Dolphins and the Browns being a bad wind and a bad weather game potentially. This is another one that has the potential to be 20-mile-an-hour winds. Rain. Right now it's projected just before the game, but this could be a bad weather game. Which when those winds get above 15 miles an hour, especially if they're above 20. That's where you see more work going to the running game and less work in the passing game.
Caleb Williams is the quarterback 7 so far in fantasy points per game. DeAndre Swift had the monster week last week, 14 for 108. You had Rome Odunze, who he had his first kind of down week, had the touchdown called back. You're kind of on lookout for what's going on with DJ Moore this week. Does that give Luther Burden more opportunities in the offense, who is still running behind Mr. Zacchaeus in snaps and routes? I have this simultaneous, will it, won't it happen with Luther Burden? Sometimes I want to believe the DJ Moore injury could lead to more work. He's a really good player that I like. It's just a matter of how consistent it could be for Luther Burden.
I think I'm very hopeful. I'm optimistic here for Luther Burden to get it going on the second half of the season.
Chris Olave was limited. Alvin Kamara limited. Or actually, he didn't practice on Wednesday, but that's Alvin Kamara. Chris Olave limited on Wednesday with a hip injury. He is leading all wide receivers in expected fantasy points per game. Expected fantasy points per game, whatever. That's kind of a product of the offense.
Actual.
So Juwan Johnson, we're kind of done there. Colston Loveland, just keep an eye on him, but he finally overtook Kmet in routes. He's getting healthier. Are there questions on this start-sit situation in this game?
The question
it doesn't feel like there's a lot.
Is just based off of bye weeks and injuries. Is Kendre Miller playable? The Bears, you can beat them on the ground. He has seen 39% of the snaps the past 2 weeks.
He can be a DFS dart throw because you don't expect people to play him and whatnot, and he'll be cheap. But I can't imagine in most leagues that you're going to put someone in not getting enough work. I mean, the matchup is there and the revenge is there and all that, so you can see kind of the narrative for it happening, but throwing him into a starting lineup right now, it feels like you've got to have more options guaranteed for opportunities.
So I tried to take advantage of Mike's trading mood during the show.
Yeah, what'd you offer?
And I sent him an offer. I thought it was a good one. Ramondre.
It was. I countered. I had to push back.
He
a
did
little.
counter it.
But it was.
So I'm thinking about it.
I get Ramondre.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Andy gets a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
I countered with I get Ramondre and the remainder of Andy's fab, and he doesn't get anything.
Yes.
so
Which
in
I'm
order
considering,
for him
to be honest. It seems maybe reasonable.
Gotcha. So for him to be allowed to release Ramondre,
Yes. You must pay me.
He's got to give you fab.
Fab,
That makes
so I'll
sense.
put him on my
Just
roster.
doing some live trading here on the show. Miami, Cleveland. The wind will howl in Cleveland. Both 1-5 teams. So the wind is already howling in the locker rooms for these two franchises. You had Tua come and apologize for all of his comments from last week. Kyle was very fascinated to find out this is the first time in 19 years that two left-handed quarterbacks will start an NFL game against each other.
Oh, what?
Which
great
Jason
news.
finds left-handed throwing
Oh,
gross.
so ugly.
I got
He
great
thinks
news,
it
Jay.
doesn't.
Yeah,
If they're both left-handed, you can just watch this game in a mirror,
I will do that.
and everything is okay.
That's great, man. Thank you.
Because if just one of them is, then you got to
then
you know,
I'm just
keep switching
I'm just
off in the
switching
mirror.
teams.
Just watch backwards.
No, that's great, man. Thank you. I don't like it. This shouldn't be allowed.
Why does it weird you
Gross.
out?
It
You're
throws-
left-handed.
I know. I'm
that's the
left-handed.
best part.
Yeah,
the best
I mean, he's
part.
gross. Then you're gross.
I am gross.
Just self-loathing left-hander.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel, Tua Tagovailoa, the matchup we never really wanted. Cleveland minus 2.5, favored at home. Over-under is just 39.5. I had shared this morning, and I will go and find the direct quote so that I am. Yeah, Andy Slater had tweeted, they could have 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts. National Weather Service says this is a system worth keeping an eye on, as a stronger storm may materialize. In the current forecast, 94% chance of rain, 36 mile an hour gusts, 65 degrees. So
I don't know who that is. The sources that I
Those are
usually
two
look
wildly
at
different things.
are not having it be that high, but it certainly is. I mean, this is just you put the red flag up to make sure you come back and look at this, that you're prepared for pivot
just be
options.
ready. Things
Yeah.
change. Weather changes. Devon Achane, RB4 on the season. He's been great. Judkins, start of the week, bounce back week, in my opinion, with the matchup. The bigger question marks, you don't play pass catchers for Cleveland. You just don't do that unless it's Harold Fannin and the tight end position is different and he could be fine.
Yeah, that I agree. It makes it very, very easy. It's Judkins and a potential Fannin on the Cleveland side.
Do you realize how many targets Jerry Jeudy got last week?
What have we talked about these Cleveland Brown targets?
No, I just want you to know
No,
the number.
I don't
if you've
know the
asked
number.
Jason
It is
1,000 times, targets don't matter. That's what he says.
He turned 13 targets into 43 receiving
Wow.
yards.
That's impressive work.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Good grief, man.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
We have Darren Waller, 4 receiving touchdowns in 3 games. We're feeling – how are we feeling?
So I have Darren Waller. I made that trade to acquire him as my attempt to fix my tight end position. Because of the weather and a good Cleveland Browns team, I picked up Meowson Taylor, your start of the week. And so I've got a real decision coming down on that will probably not be made until Sunday. As of right now, Darren Waller's in the game. If the if the weather goes really, really bad that morning and it looks like, wow, it's going to be so hard to throw in this, then I will pivot off of Darren Waller.
And to comfort people out there with Darren Waller, because it was only 2 for 12, he did have the touchdown, so it wasn't horrifically bad. But the snaps were up again.
Very nice.
So he was at the 69th percentile of the snaps. So it's like he is still ramping up. Like the ramp is endless.
No,
for
this
Darren
ramp
Waller.
it's a long ramp, very comfortable to walk on. This is not some
Yeah, it's a smooth grade.
The grade is
No walking stick.
imperceivable.
A handrail?
No.
Not on this ramp.
No, you don't need it. New England 4-2. The Titans 1-5. Vegas line New England -7 on the road. Over/unders 42.5. Also have some rain and wind chance in this one. Mike McCoy taking over the Titans.
Oh boy.
I really want Cam Ward to look better than he does, but
Yeah.
he doesn't look good.
No, it does not look good.
And so, 7.5 point home favorites is where you end up with the way this offense is playing. it's kind of getting messier, I think, in Tennessee because it's an offense you don't love, but now you have a backfield that is going to be shared. Tajay Spears played 59% of the snaps last week. Tony Pollard just 43%. So now you have to split. Like Tony Pollard was at least this solid 10 points due to volume. Calvin Ridley didn't practice, not likely to play in this one. Maybe you start to pay attention to Chigakonkwo a little bit, but you can't trust this offense. So
No.
I had brought up Alec Iomanor. Maybe he's the number one target. Still not trustworthy. There are a lot of players on the other side of the ball I'd feel way better playing, like Kayshon Boutte last week, who took advantage of the, Stephon Diggs kind of, they played the slot really well, and Boutte took advantage, scored twice. Would you play Boutte? Would you play Sterling Shepard with no Abuka and no?
I think I'd play. You're staying over Titans?
No. I'm sorry. I'm saying Kayshon Boutte or Sterling Shepard.
Oh, okay. I got you.
With no Boutte, no Godwin. Or sorry, no Abuka, no Godwin.
I'd be tracking the Mike Evans news. If Mike Evans, if Mike Evans plays, would I play Shepard over Boutte? No, I'd chase the fire.
Give me three
of last
words.
week.
3 words to describe your current feelings on Travion Henderson. It's
3
fantasy
words?
situation. 3 words. Either of you can contribute to the pile.
Frustrated with talent.
Frustrated with talent. So yours is more of a sentence. With was one of your words.
Yeah.
Mike.
Vrabel, eat doo-doo.
Yeah, I had 2 other words. I had 2 other words there.
Hence the pause. Had to cycle through the Rolodex real quick.
Ramondre Stevenson led the team led his season high in snaps last week, 72%. The Titans are 30th against running backs this year. If you had to start Travion or Ramondre, you're playing Ramondre with that snap count?
Yeah, I think you have to right now. I mean, if you have to
Al,
pick one
did you
of
have
them,
some words?
You don't have to.
I just can't imagine playing someone that is getting in the 30% of snaps over the person playing 70% of snaps, even if the person behind him is more efficient, which they are.
Also scored more fantasy points last week.
I mean, who's going to get the opportunities if they're around the goal line?
Ramondre probably.
Right. And so I would play Ramondre over Travion.
Both are difficult plays. I think I'd still play Henderson.
You're going to get some value at the running back position against Tennessee Titans. I mean, they are down in the vast majority of their snaps. The second half, it doesn't matter if they've got a good defensive line or not, which theirs isn't the worst in the league, but they get worn out. The other team's going to run a ton. And when you run a ton, that to me says it's a Ramondre game, not a Henderson game. Now, if it's a blowout.
I'm with you on that. I think that's what's going to happen.
I could see a world where if it's a blowout, all of a sudden, hey, let's get Henderson more work at the end. But, I have personally, I took the first week coach bump against the spread, which at the time was 7.5 points. So I don't see it being a blowout. That's where I'm on the Ramondre side.
All right. If you need to start, Hunter Henry's always someone you could take a look at, but it's not been great. He's the tight end 9 on the season. If he catches a touchdown, you're happy, which is basically all the tight ends.
But the matchup is not there.
No. And Drake May, it's been great. Drake May's playing very, very well, completing 73% of his passes 20-plus yards down the field, which is wild because the league average is 40%. And you love that. You love that they can trust him to go downfield. It's going to be a game that I think is not close.
Yeah, May is currently the quarterback 6. He's been excellent.
Yeah, he's one of the, there were some names in the offseason, those later round picks that you were looking at saying, you take the shot here and there, and he's been one that's worked out. So we'll take a break, and we'll jump into some more matchups.
With the U.S. Bank Smartly Visa Signature Card, you earn an unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. That's right, every purchase. 2% cash back at restaurants, 2% cash backs at the gym, which you'll need to burn off those restaurant calories. Groceries? Yep, you'll earn 2% cash back on those too. New tires, new outfits, New York City getaway, all earn 2% cash back. Noticing a trend? So whether you're splurging on concert tickets, fueling up for your commute, or shopping for that perfect birthday gift for the bestie, you'll be earning unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Visit usbank.com/smartlycard to learn more. The creditor and issuer of this card is U.S. Bank National Association, pursuant to a license from Visa USA Incorporated. Some restrictions may apply. All right. We are in the heart of the fantasy season, and the injuries are already piling up. ACLs, stingers, and turf toes, oh my. In fact, the only thing right now that feels good is having the perfect backup ready to go. So wouldn't it be great if you had a perfect backup in real life too? With Progressive, you get more than just a policy. You get a playbook full of coverage options that you can count on for your home or for your auto. You want to customize your protection? No problem. You can build your coverage just like your fantasy team, making sure you got the right players in every position and a backup plan when you need it most. And when life throws an audible, like that fumble in the driveway or a hailstorm at home, Progressive is there with 24/7 support. Don't get caught without a great backup. Visit Progressive.com to quote today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party issuers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to term, policy, limits, and conditions.
The Las Vegas Raiders at 2-4 take on the Kansas City
what are we
Chiefs
cackling about?
at 3-3.
What? Something going on behind the scenes?
Maybe.
I just know Jason's just kind of.
Are we still trading?
Jason's just kind of got this look on his face. He's mentally working through some things.
I am. I don't know if
Lock in, man.
it's so. How do I lock?
Remember yesterday when we thought something really dangerous was happening and he's on his phone and
Yeah.
we're like, is the family okay? And
Yeah,
he
I
was
thought
just
an
betting on
emergency.
Caleb Johnson to score a touchdown.
Priorities matter, man.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Are we going to have to pause the show?
Yeah, is everything all right?
Yeah,
But he got the bet in.
My family's okay right now. I think. I don't know. I haven't heard from him forever. But that's probably a good sign, right? If you haven't heard anything forever.
Yeah, no news is good
No
news.
news is good news here. So
No news. It's good news.
I don't know.
I can't find them. All right, the Raiders 2-4, the Chiefs 3-3. The Chiefs 11.5-point favorites. Over/unders 45.5. In the games in which the Chiefs have been double-digit favorites, which is 29 times in the Mahomes era, they are 26-3, with 2 of those losses coming against the Raiders.
Divisional matchup.
So, do you want to get a quick bet in on the Raiders then? Money line?
No.
No, thank you. I do believe I picked the Raiders to cover, but I certainly wouldn't put money on it. The Kansas City Chiefs have looked awesome. They're getting Rashee Rice back. Their defense is playing well. Mahomes is playing outstanding. He's running the ball so much. He's obviously a must start right now. He's the quarterback 1 on the season. He's on pace for 4,300 yards passing, 32 passing touchdowns, and 630 rushing yards. Now, I am curious, and this will be telling, like, a lot of his rushing attempts come because I feel like he has nobody to throw the ball to on a lot of the plays.
Yeah, seems like
and now he's got Rashee Rice. So it's like, does this make the Chiefs better and Mahomes worse for fantasy because instead of rushing yards, it's like, oh, he
it's Rashee yards instead of rushing yards?
Yeah, exactly. Rushing yards are worth less.
It's an interesting thought, and it might hold true. Although he is, the passing touchdowns could go up, having more weapons. He's on pace for 4,300 yards right now, but he had never hit 400 in a season. Wow, and he's on pace for 630. Wow. Rashee Rice, your start of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that put the other guys in the receiving room?
Worthy is still startable. The other guys, it will be the ancillary. One of them might do something nothing predictable. I wouldn't be chasing it. Kelsey, I think, remains who he has been, which is it's okay. It's a decent tight end play. The running backs, I think, are what's interesting here. With Rice back, with an 11.5 point being favored, I think that they could, like Kareem Hunt could be playable. You got to pick your spots here, but predicting game script can make you look like a buffoon a lot of the time. I don't think it will here. I think that the Chiefs are going to smoke the Raiders here, which could put Kareem Hunt in line for like a bunch of second half work of just run out the clock.
You have Ashton Genty sitting at the RB11 on this season with a 19% target share the last 2 weeks.
That's what we need.
Talk about what happened to Jacoby Myers. Well, you got 20% of your targets going to the running back position now, and it's worth it for this team in this offense.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you want to see. You know, we complained after 3 weeks, and you know, we as fantasy community with the utilization, the workload,
because it was deserved.
That was when we had Genty as one of our trade for candidates, and since then he's had 23 opportunities, 21 opportunities, 27 opportunities. He is necessary if this team wants to do anything. So he's obviously going to be started, but I think he should be very good pretty much rest of the season.
And bench the rest of the pass catchers, right? No Jacoby, no Tucker, no Besh, no Bowers is going to play.
Correct.
Bowers won't even play, but no. What about Mayer?
Mayer is potential. Like, that could be a pivot if the weather is super bad elsewhere. Mayer last week targeted on 35% of his routes, and you know, he's a good tight end in his own right. Like, he was drafted in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
He was he was in a weaker tight end class, but he was one of the, at least 2 best in that class. And then they went the next year and got Brock Bowers, and so Michael Mayer disappeared. Well, in the game, we only had one game because Mayer was missing with a concussion when Bowers went out. Last week was the first time we saw Mayer and no Bowers. He had 5 for 50 and a touchdown. So I think he is in that, break glass in case of emergency.
Do you like Meowson or Mayer?
Meowson is all alone. At least here, Mayer, while he doesn't have Bowers, he still has Myers and Trey Tucker and Jack Besh and Thornton.
Yeah, but you didn't. Meowson has
Justin Fields.
Okay. Michael Mayer has Geno Smith.
Yeah,
we can do this forever.
We can do this all day.
It's a good counter.
And pay attention, Travis Kelce averaged 2 receptions fewer per game when Rice was a full-time player.
I have moved him down in my rankings, and he's still at the point where you're pretty much going to have to start him, but he scares the tarnation out of me, because what we saw in the 3 games with Rice last year was a 14% target share, was unusability from Travis Kelce. They work in the same area of the field, and so he's going to be in my lineup. My eyes are going to be all over Travis Kelce. If he comes out and has a dud, I will be, if I have Travis Kelce, I'm looking to pick up someone in case his season is put with Rice in place.
The Eagles are 4-2. Minnesota's 3-2. The game's in Minnesota. The Eagles 1.5-point road favorites. The over/under is 43.5. The Vikings coming off the bye week. Eagles currently 2 straight losses.
Oh, that's very different.
Those are different. The Eagles reeling a little bit. It doesn't take much to make the entire Eagles, like the media storylines in Philadelphia, terrible. Like, you just won a championship. You're 4-2. Everything, the sky is falling situation. You got to remember, last year they didn't look great in the first half of the year.
Yeah,
but
this is a team that can get it going.
The Eagles' defense last week, it was no Jalen Carter, right?
Correct.
And that was part of the key to Scataboom.
Yes, it was.
3 touchdowns.
Definitely.
But on the year, the Eagles 26th in rushing yards allowed. It leads to your Jordan Mason start. We have, Jalen Hurts v. Carson Wentz, probably.
Yeah.
You're saying probably as in
J.J. McCarthy's not going to play.
It will be Carson Wentz this week. J.J. McCarthy will play. Again, this season Carson Wentz isn't going to hold the job over him. I can't imagine that world
His
happening.
ankle is just not good. I mean, there was all the it was him talking about it yesterday, about his ankle, saying the ankle is getting there. I wouldn't say it's 100% right now. So they will wait. I mean,
when you say selfishly, I want to play, but we have to be smart here, that says I'm not playing.
Yeah. That means the smart thing is not playing.
Right.
So
if he plays, it's like,
if he had
doing the dumb thing, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he had said, selfishly, I want to play, but we have to be dumb here, I would expect him on the field.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley just averaging 52 yards rushing per game, 3rd fewest rushing yards per game by a reigning rushing leader since the merger. So the big concern in the offseason, which, look, it was a terrible and scary thing to utter when you have a season like that, was like the cumulative effect of 400-plus opportunities on the way to a Super Bowl, statistically speaking, doesn't lend itself towards a huge season the next year. That's a tough unrepeatable career-making season. It's a hard thing to do. It doesn't mean he can't get it going. Doesn't mean that he can't cruise into the playoffs. But right now, it's not been a good ride for Saquon. And are you adjusting him tier-wise in your mind when he comes to trades?
Tier-wise from where
would
you
you rather
drafted him. Like
James Cook?
No, I don't think so. I would still be on the Saquon side. But, I would certainly be on the Jonathan Taylor side. Like, in draft day, everyone took Saquon well ahead of Jonathan Taylor, and that adjustment has been made. But I still believe, like, he hasn't looked bad, and that's the difference. Is sometimes you watch these players after these massive workload years, and they kind of fall off. They don't break tackles. They don't look great. The last 2 weeks, 5 yards a carry, 4.8 yards a carry. He had a 58 yards receiving 2 weeks ago. He doesn't look bad to me. Now, their offensive line isn't as strong as it was last year. They've had an injury to their guard, and the team's offense is not creative. It is hurt without Kellen Moore, but I also think this is obviously a well-coached team from the top. They have been in the Super Bowl 2 of the last 3 years. If you look at Super Bowl odds, they're not being looked at as some bad team. So I'm not concerned with Saquon as I think he's a running back 2 rest of season.
You're getting Saquon, but you haven't gotten a big play yet. His long on the ground this year was this past week at 18 yards.
Which he had 6 of those last year, 6 40+ yard touchdowns or something like that.
He doesn't have a 20-yard run yet.
Yeah, that's the difference. And those are hard to repeat.
Yeah.
They just are. Mike, any thoughts on Justin Jefferson?
I like him a lot. I like that he's on my team. Oh, I'm muted.
Yeah. Oh, what happened, Mike? Where'd you go?
Help me!
Oh, how did it?
Help me!
Oh, I'm standing on your mic.
Oh, Jason.
Yeah, no,
we're looking over to the producers, and Al just points right at Jason.
You put your mute button in my range. If you want to talk about your stupid Justin Jefferson. Oh, Jeremy, we got to talk about our friendship after the show because it's on thin ice.
We do too, Jeremy.
You guys new best friends?
We are great friends.
Who's FaceTiming each other?
Tune in Monday to the Spitballers.
Yeah. The thing, we went after Jefferson because, number one, he's Justin Jefferson. Of course, you want him on your team, but it's the rest of season wide receiver schedule is number one is Minnesota.
Oh gosh, how do you like that?
It was an aggressive play. Well, Jason didn't think it was aggressive. I felt it was to go after not just a great player, but go after a schedule run here at the end.
A cakewalk of a playoff schedule.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Perfect. He's happy. Jason's happy.
You knew I was going to go in at some point.
I didn't think you would be able to acquire the best wide receiver in football with a second rounder. I mean, it's rare.
Which
for
also,
that usually when those grab in our league, a player of that caliber, it's because it's a Malik Neighbors. It's like you don't get them.
No, those
healthy.
are for a 4.
Yeah. Maybe you got to learn how to trade.
I guess so, man.
Yeah, Neighbors, you can get him every day for a 4, straight up. But you do have T.J. Hawkinson now. T.J. Hawkinson.
Oh, did we make a trade?
Just one target inside the 10 this year. T.J. Hawkinson.
I see you, Jefferson, and I raise you a T.J. Hawkinson.
I got to make moves, If you're over here getting Justin Jefferson.
Oh, yeah, Viking for Viking.
Yeah, you don't want to know what? T.J. Hawkinson's target's going to go way up when Jefferson goes down.
Oh, come on now.
Oh.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Be careful. Now he's fighting with injuries. Let's not do that. We like Jefferson. You play him.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. The target share has been amazing for A.J. Brown. I still think it's going to work out fine.
Too, man. I think A.J. Brown is someone to trade for. It's been horrifically bad. He may have already been traded in your league, and I still think it might be worth going after him.
Really tough matchup this week. The Vikings, they are number one on fewest fantasy points given up to the wide receiver position, including number one if you adjust for schedule and who they've played. So it doesn't look like this is – the Vikings are more of a run funnel.
Yeah.
So it seems more like a Saquon game than A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith. Not that you're not going to play those guys. I mean, Devontae Smith is probably on the bubble where you're looking at your other options and you say, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
With Josh Downs, if he doesn't play, would I go Pittman or Devontae Smith? I'd probably go Pittman without Downs.
I agree. What about freaking Dallas Goedert?
So I was going to say, like, the two weirdest tight ends on the season are Dalton Kincaid and Dallas Goedert. Because they are players that keep performing that no one believes in. Goddard has been the number one tight end 2 of 3 weeks. And it's not like the week he didn't do that. He still scored 9.4 points. Like, his last 3 weeks have been.
And to be honest, which we've talked about the touchdowns bailing him out because or not bailing him out, but amplifying what he's done. He has had 7 or more targets, which is an outstanding number for a tight end in 3 of his 5 games played. Which
is a product. I mean, we have a different offensive system and coordinator. Like, maybe this is more something to buy into is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I was kicking myself last week because I almost picked him up and started him in efforts, but he played early in the week, and I lost out on his massive game.
Carolina 3-3, New York 0-6. The Jets. You needed the Jets. Did I put an S in there?
No, you put an extra T.
A Jets.
Yeah, Jester,
I mean,
like Justin, like Jettis.
Like 0-6 and lost their best offensive player.
Yeah,
in Garrett Wilson. And
they have you right where they want you. Not believing.
I don't believe. They are only 1.5-point home underdogs to Carolina.
Look, home underdogs.
Yeah, they opened as favorites, so that has moved.
Yeah, maybe the knowledge that Josh Reynolds would also miss their only productive wide receiver from last week at all that caught a couple passes. I mean, you didn't even have Allen Lazard play last week.
It was
Arian Smith, rookie, doesn't matter.
Allen Lazard did not play. It was personal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wasn't injury, but he didn't play. And so no Garrett Wilson, no Josh Reynolds. Breece Hall is tweeting free 20. He may get traded at some point soon.
Could.
Mason Taylor, that's the one guy you can take the shot on.
Mason Taylor's going to get a lot of targets. And I have seen the comments upon the incredible social media post of me saying weird things about Mason Taylor that I didn't actually say.
By our own team.
Yes, by our own team. And, I mean, the comments, shockingly very negative for a team that put up the game they put up last week. But that was last week. This is a much different situation. Justin Fields, for how awful he can also be excellent and complete a bunch of passes.
The previous week, 12 targets, 9 catches, 67 yards for Mason Taylor, 5 for 65 the week before with a 27-yard catch.
Exactly.
Still hasn't gotten into the end zone. That's always possible for a tight end.
Well, that's a dog zone.
Okay.
So I don't know if Mason's allowed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Meowson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he may be the perfect start.
Yes. We're back.
You never know. Rico Dowdle, please play him.
Yeah, you gotta
keep doing it. Teteroa McMillan,
I
play him.
Man, I still worry.
You have some doubt?
If Chuba is active, I'm going to take a look at who I have on my roster.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, if Rico Dowdle ends up with 50% of the work, this is a good defense you're playing against. The Jets' only chance in this game.
Let's not call it that.
It will be malpractice.
It is a defense.
Meow practice?
No, it'll be no. I'm not doing puns right now. I'm saying it will be malpractice by the Carolina Panthers to not give Rico another go.
There is a big gap between 30 and 31 points, which is what he's done to irrelevance.
Almost 400 rushing yards the past 2
I would bet
weeks.
you.
Got
okay,
it.
I'll make you a bet.
No,
I'll bet you 12 fantasy points or more. Rico Dowdle. I'll bet you $100.
Half PPR?
Yes, half PPR.
Yeah, the only format.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. It needs to be said. We haven't said it enough. That's only if Chuba's playing.
No,
well, I mean, obviously, if Chuba's not playing, I love Rico this week.
Yeah, sure. If Chuba's playing.
All right, under 12. I'll take less than 12.5.
Okay.
I set the line at 12. That's the bet.
Well, I won't take that.
Okay.
If you want
all right. No, you can.
I'll take less.
There's a true meow right there. All right, Ted McMillan, you can play it.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is to roll the dice and find out. Do you get number 3, number 6, number 8, or number 35, number 30?
I mean, look.
Carolina's a team you could play it.
Yeah, the matchup is not scary, but the fact that
no wide receivers.
Yeah, and Garrett Wilson. Once Garrett Wilson is back, then I will be comfortable.
I was saying, I'm gonna go bench. I'm going to go bench.
Yeah. Like I'm deciding between my every week is Bo Nix or Justin Fields. This will be Bo Nix.
Feels like Justin Fields in this game is going to have 80 rushing yards and a bad fantasy game, which is darn near impossible.
Yeah, I mean that is the other side of just he goes old Chicago Bears Justin Fields.
Because he doesn't have people to throw to.
Yeah, and he gets over 100 rushing yards.
Hey, Breece Hall, how about we throw him the ball one time?
Breece is going to get a ton of targets in this game. He's going to get all the workload. Like he'll be focused on by the defense, but I think Breece Hall's a great play this week.
Yeah. All right, that was Fantasy Forecast presented by Prize Picks. Mix and match players from football, basketball, and baseball to build your dream lineup today. Use the code footballers to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. Tomorrow, more matchups. I guess we'll do the fantasy face-off with the Wheel of Shame.
I'm not shamed. Again.
Oh, man, finally I'm safe.
All right.
Bring it on. I want it.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
I need to pay the penance from last week. And, we'll have a good day. We'll update you on the news tomorrow morning as well. Any injury updates that we have, maybe we'll see Marvin Harrison out there practicing, and we'll get some final word on some other players. But that is all for tomorrow. Thank you for supporting the show and for listening. Make sure you click that follow and subscribe button wherever you're watching or listening. It helps us out. Leave us a review if you have a few minutes, and we'll catch you on tomorrow's episode.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.